That was a great one. Tell it again.
I feel I should thank you. Capturing Bruce Wayne is so much easier than Batman.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for another top 10 video games with great stories.
Oh God.
Once more, we're interested in games where the story is not only one of the strongest elements, but it itself is also well crafted and constantly engaging. We're ranking our choices not just on how well written the story is, but also how it's conveyed to the player. If you didn't see a game you think should be on this list, be sure to check out our first list on this topic.
So, if you've got any reservations whatsoever about this plan, now would be a tremendous time to voice them.
Number 10, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead.
A noble quest in a fantasy realm, it's familiar yet expertly done here. As the third installment of BioWare's ongoing Dragon Age series, this game presents quite the ominous situation. A massive rift opens, unleashing demons upon the continent of Thetis, right into the midst of two ongoing civil wars.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour.
Your character, the appointed Inquisitor, is sent to investigate the reason for the rift's opening, while also attempting to resolve all kinds of problems in the land.
Isn't closing the breach the more pressing issue?
What keeps the game structured is the Inquisitor's presence and active participation in the events, helping to shape the fate of the world.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly.
Number 9, Xenoblade Chronicles. Destiny's got nothing on us. At least, that's the core theme of Xenoblade Chronicles, a game all about the endless conflict between two races, the machine-esque Mechon and the human-like Homs.
You go! I'll take care of things here. You're too out of breath to persuade me.
Caught in the middle is a boy named Shulk, who takes up the legendary Monado sword and embarks on a quest to avenge his fallen friend. Shulk's desire for closure would be compelling enough, but the game also throws in budding relationships and the idea of subverting expectations.
My visions appear suddenly, without warning. At first, they're obscure. Then, as it gets closer to the event, I start to understand.
It seems you possess a power greater than I.
The result is a bittersweet yet inspiring tale that we can all get behind.
Have you been to see Dunban?
Yeah,
I just can't do it. You got more guts than me.
not at all. It was him that consoled me.
Number 8, Planescape Torment. For as often as it's used in storytelling, amnesia can be a magnificent tool when properly implemented. Such is the case with this 1999 role-playing game based on Dungeons & Dragons, in which players take control of a man known only as the Nameless One. Our memory-challenged hero ventures into the multiverse of Planescape, befriending odd people and recovering his past piece by piece. Planescape Torment manages to balance a constantly moving plot and a need to make the main character compelling, and there's still room for player choice in all of that. Number 7, Final Fantasy VI. The winds die, the seas rage, the earth decays, and this is the epitome of an epic. Picture this, it's a world where magic and technology have merged, but the resulting magitech is in the hands of the evil Gestalian Empire, with only a small resistance group to prevent world domination. It's quite the premise, but what seals the deal is the game's willingness to slow down and build to the awe-inspiring turmoil. Whether it's an opera sequence or the literal end of the world, grand and emotionally charged moments are the draw here. Number 6, The Witcher series.
I'm a witcher. Heard you wondering about my swords. Well, one's for monsters, the other for humans.
Dark fantasy just got a bit more complex. Set in the medieval realm from Andrzej Sapkowski's book of the same name, The Witcher follows the continuing adventures of Geralt, a monster hunter drawn into larger military and political conflicts.
Just so we're clear on this, I was not eager to go into battle. but Foltest is not someone you refuse.
The intrigue raised by each game's main conflict, ranging from hunting Kingslayers to halting invasion forces, is matched by Geralt's personal quest to regain his lost memories.
Some clue to grab onto, something that'll help me recover my memory.
Plus, there's more than a little bit of romance to go around. Number 5, To the Moon. Houston, we have a problem. This game made us all choked up. To the Moon focuses on the Sigmund Corporation, a company pioneering in the field of memory manipulation, which they use to give dying hospital patients their life's wishes. Two of the corporation's employees, Dr. Eva and Neil, are tasked with granting one such man his final request, to go to the moon. What follows is an introspective tale about the nature of memory and the power of love, as the game moves towards its affecting finale. Number 4, Grim Fandango.
Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now.
Death is no cakewalk, that's for sure. Developed by the famed company LucasArts, this Day of the Dead-themed adventure distinguishes itself with its quirky narrative.
Anything about your past you haven't told me?
Quite a bit, considering I've told you nothing.
This is the story of Manny Calavera, a travel agent from the Department of Death who gets wind of a plot to steal eternal rewards from the dead.
I think someone is robbing these poor, naive souls of their rightful destinies, leaving them no option but to march on a treacherous trail of tears.
Manny embarks on a years-long quest for answers, bringing him face-to-face with odd characters while steadily evolving into a hero worth rooting for. It's a character-driven piece that is at once odd and endearing.
We're all in little boxes back home, Max. 6 feet under.
Now you're talking like the town coroner, Manny. Cut it out.
Number 3, Red Dead Redemption. There's a saying, no good deed goes unpunished. Throughout the surprising, downtrodden world of Red Dead Redemption, this saying seems to ring really true.
As it turns out, it's you or me. The way I see it, might as well be you.
Our hero is John Marston, a former outlaw in the Old West, dragged out of retirement to hunt down his old gang members, or risk the US government going after his family.
What do you want, Marston? My family. I've done what you asked.
No, you haven't. This is the land of opportunity, and I gave you the opportunity to save your family, and you failed.
Marston's journey to right the wrongs and protect his kin is noble yet bittersweet, largely because the story continually shows that good intentions aren't always enough to change the world. No. Number 2, Chrono Trigger. Back to the future, and then back to the past, and then other time periods for good measure. In Square Enix's 1995 classic, time travel and weirdness abound as the teenager Chrono and his friends embark on an epic quest to avert a dystopian future and stop a giant omnipotent termite. The story's use of time hopping allows it to not only explore different eras, but also present a wide cast of characters and engaging situations, to say nothing of the increasing sense of wonder at the game's scope. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time.
A city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile. The car. A symbol of freedom and vitality.
I know the traitor was not me. So for 10 years, I've been searching for the other two. One of them lives here.
You and your accomplices stand accused of the crime of treason. Have you any evidence to counter this charge?
Yes, the documents that were delivered to you last night.
See that all civilians and passengers are safely transported to the escape shuttles. I will send a dispatch after evacuation is complete.
Number 1. Spec Ops: The Line.
Death toll. Too many.
Malevolence, madness, and machine guns. An amusing summary, but not all there is to this story. A single Delta Force squad, led by Captain Martin Walker, enters a storm-ravaged Dubai, intent on gathering information and calling in the cavalry for help.
We have our orders. Leave the city, radio command from outside the storm wall. They send in the cavalry, we go home.
Instead, what follows is a psychological horror story fueled by violence and packed full of tragedy.
This is your fault, goddammit!
Stop right there, Lugo.
He wouldn't listen! We didn't have a choice! He turned us into f***ing killers!
As the game charges for its devastating finale, its focus shifts back and forth between skewering its main character's ceaseless crusade and confronting the player in some of gaming's most piercing moments that you will not be forgetting for a very long time.
The civilian on the right stole water. A capital offense. The soldier on the left was sent to apprehend him, which he did, killing the man's family in the process.
Do you agree with our list?
Well, that's great. We should do this more often.
Are there any great stories we left out?
Looks like you have.
Be sure to check out our first list on this topic, and for more great top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Farewell, and peace of mind to you.